Many animals can regrow body parts, like legs or tails. Some animals can even regrow entire limbs in place of missing ones. This means that if you were to lose your arm, you could theoretically grow a new one in its place. These animals are truly amazing because they have the ability to regenerate lost body parts. Some animals can regrow body parts, like lizards, who can regrow their tails. Some animals can even regrow entire limbs in place of missing ones. This means that if you were to lose your arm, you could theoretically grow a new one in its place. But which animal has this incredible ability? And what do we know about it? In today's video, we will look at some animals that can regrow body parts. We will also tell you why they can do this and how they do it. So make sure to watch till the end. Thanks. Now let's begin. Regeneration is an amazing process that occurs in many different species. It allows an organism to regrow body parts that have been lost due to injury or surgery. Regeneration is made possible by stem cells, which are undifferentiated cells that can develop into different tissues and organs. When a body part is lost, the stem cells migrate to the site of the injury and begin dividing. They then differentiate into the tissues and organs necessary to replace the lost body part. While regeneration is an amazing process, it is not without its limitations. In general, regeneration is most successful in organisms that have a high capacity for cell division. This is why regeneration is most common in young, small organisms. As an organism gets older and larger, its cells become more specialized and less able to divide. This makes regeneration less likely to occur. There are also certain body parts that are more quickly regenerated than others. For example, it is relatively easy for an organism to regrow a tail or a limb. However, it is much more difficult to regrow something like an eye or a heart. This is because these organs are made up of more complex tissues that require more specialized cells to function properly. Regeneration is a truly remarkable process that allows some animals to regrow body parts. While we may never be able to fully regenerate our own limbs, there is much that we can learn from these amazing creatures. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Oh, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more amazing videos. Number 9. Starfish. Starfish are well known for their ability to regenerate lost arms. In fact, if a starfish loses an arm while regenerating another, it can end up with 2 complete sets of arms. Although this is impressive, it pales in comparison to other animals on this list. The reason starfish can regenerate their arms is unknown, but it is believed to be related to the unique structure of their. Unlike most animals, starfish have no central nervous system. Instead, they have a decentralized nervous system that consists of nerves that run along their arms. It is thought that this allows them to regenerate their arms very quickly, since they don't need to regrow the nerves that connect their arms to their brains. Number 8. Salamanders. Salamanders are amphibians that are found in both the northern and southern hemispheres. There are over 700 species of salamander alive today, and they come in a variety of shapes and sizes. Some salamanders are very small, while others can grow to be over a meter long. Salamanders are carnivorous, and they typically eat insects and worms. However, some larger salamanders will also eat smaller amphibians and even mammals. One of the most amazing things about salamanders is their ability to regenerate their limbs. If a salamander loses an arm or a leg, it can simply grow it back. This is very similar to the way that starfish regenerate their arms. However, the ability of salamanders to regenerate their limbs is much more complex. This is because they need to regrow not only the bones and muscles, but also the nerves and blood vessels that run through their limbs. Despite the complexity of the task, salamanders are able to regenerate their limbs very quickly. Number 7. Geckos. Geckos are a type of reptile that is known for its ability to change color and its adhesive toe pad. They are found throughout the world and come in a wide variety of shapes and sizes. Some geckos are very small, while others can grow to be over half a meter long. Geckos are typically nocturnal and like salamanders, geckos have the ability to regenerate their limbs. However, unlike salamanders, geckos must first regrow their bones before they can regrow their muscles and other tissue. This process takes several weeks to complete. Number 6. Crustaceans. Crustaceans are a group of arthropods that includes crabs, lobsters, and shrimp. They are found in both salt and fresh water all over the world. Crustaceans are typically scavengers or predators, feeding on dead animals and plants, as well as live prey such as fish and other crustaceans. Crustaceans have the ability to regenerate their claws, legs, and antennae. If a crustacean loses one of these body parts, it can simply grow it back. This is very similar to the way that salamanders regenerate their limbs. However, the ability of crustaceans to regenerate their body parts is even more remarkable. This is because they must first regrow the exoskeleton that surrounds these body parts. The exoskeleton is a hard, protective shell that is made of chitin. Chitin is a tough, fibrous material that provides support and protection for the crustacean's body. When a crustacean loses a body part, it must first regrow the underlying tissue. Once these tissues are in place, the crustacean can begin to regrow its exoskeleton. This process takes several weeks to complete. Number 5. Flatworms are a type of invertebrate that includes tapeworms and flukes. They are parasitic worms that live in the bodies of other animals. Flatworms have the ability to regenerate their bodies. If a flatworm is cut into pieces, each piece can grow into a new worm. This is very similar to the way that starfish regenerate their arms. However, the ability of flatworms to regenerate their bodies is much more complex. This is because they must first regrow their digestive system. The digestive system of a flatworm is very important. It allows the worm to absorb nutrients from its host. Without a digestive system, a flatworm cannot survive. Once the flatworm has regrown its digestive system, it can begin to regrow the rest of its body. This process takes several weeks to complete. No. 4. Planarian. The planarian is a small freshwater worm that belongs to the phylum Platyhelminths. Planarians are known for their remarkable regenerative abilities. If a planarian is cut into pieces, each piece can grow into a new planarian. Additionally, planarians can regenerate their bodies, even if they are completely severed into multiple pieces. This ability is due to the presence of neoblasts in their bodies. Neoblasts are undifferentiated cells that serve as stem cells for when a planarian is cut, neoblasts migrate to the wound site and begin to divide. These new cells then differentiate into the various tissues and organs needed to create a new planarian. Planarians can regenerate their bodies within a few weeks, and this process does not appear to be limited in any way. Akodara are small fish that are found in the rivers and streams of South America. They are known for their ability to regenerate their fins. If an Akodara loses a fin, it can simply grow it back. This is very similar to the way that geckos regenerate their limbs. However, the ability of Akodaras to regenerate their fins is much more complex. This is because they must first regrow the bones and muscles of the fin. Once these structures are in place, the Akodara can begin to regrow the skin and scales of the fin. This process takes several weeks to complete. Number 2. Zebrafish are small fish that are used as model organisms in scientific research. They are known for their ability to regenerate their fins and their heart. If a zebrafish loses a fin, it can simply grow it back. This is very similar to the way that salamanders regenerate their limbs. However, the ability of zebras to regenerate their fins is much more complex. This is because they must first regrow the bones and muscles of the fin. Once these structures are in place, the zebrafish can begin to regrow the skin and scales of the fin. This process takes several weeks to complete. Zebrafish can also regenerate their hearts. If a zebrafish's heart is damaged, it can repair the damage very quickly. This is very similar to the way that deer regenerate their antlers. However, the ability of zebrafish to regenerate their hearts is much more complex. This is because they must first regrow the cardiac muscle of the heart. Once this tissue is in place, the zebrafish can begin to regenerate the rest of the heart. This process takes several months to complete. Number 1. Humans. Humans are primates that live on the planet Earth. They are the only living species of the genus Homo, and are noted for their ability to regenerate their livers. If a human's liver is damaged, it can repair the damage very quickly. This is very similar to the way that zebrafish regenerate their hearts. However, the ability of humans to regenerate their livers is much more complex. This is because they must first regrow the hepatocytes of the liver. Once this tissue is in place, the human can begin to regenerate the rest of the liver. This process takes several months to complete. So there you have it, the top 9 animals that can regrow body parts. Do you think we should try to study these animals so we can learn how to regenerate our own body parts? Let us know in the comments below.